long time no see. Once again, I fail as a person. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry for being MIA. I got to like 6-7 days of October trying to do 31 videos, but between working 2 jobs, it kind of got chaotic, so I didn't really have much time to sit down and actually film because I was actually going from one job to another. A few updates. Gonna change my channel, so I guess I'm revamping my channel. As much as I love reviewing movies, I'm realizing that it's like kind of hard to do and to think of different movies every single time because I can't really watch that many movies at the moment because I'm working 2 jobs. But I'm revamping it to make my channel mainly the one thing that everybody knows I love more than anything in this world, and that is Star Wars. Yes, I'm going to revamp my whole entire YouTube channel, dedicating it to Star Wars. Now, I will review a few other movies in between somewhere around there. I got to review, of course, Black Christmas, the remake and the original. If I find like a movie that I really want to talk about, I'll review it, talk about it. But from here on out, it's gonna be like more than likely 90% Star Wars. And especially because The Rise of Skywalker is coming out in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, guys. The final chapter of the Skywalker saga. And that is why I'm here today. Now, anybody who knows me knows that Star Wars is like the #1 thing I love more than anything in this world. Seriously, been my life since birth. The day I was born, my dad gave me a Millennium Falcon. I think I still have it. I gotta find it somewhere. But I still have that Millennium Falcon. When it opens, you can put little action figures inside of it. He gave me that the day I was born, telling my mom, this one is going to be a Star Wars fan. And damn right, he fucking was. The first fucking movie I saw that was a movie that I can actually remember was when I was 3 freaking years old. And it was Return of the Jedi, Episode 6. Return of the Jedi is very special to me. Before I saw Revenge of the Sith, Return of the Jedi was my favorite Star Wars movie of all time. Now, most people say Empire was their favorite, but Return of the Jedi was mine because it got me into the most amazing franchise of all time. Now, anybody who knows me knows that my second favorite franchise is the Saw franchise, and I defend that to the end. Now, my favorite, of course, is Star Wars, because there's only one movie in the entire series, including the TV shows and anything like little movie, like animated movies and anything like that. Only one movie that irked me, and everybody knows what movie that is because I did make a mega rant on that movie. Now, here's another thing. A lot of people say that the new Disney franchise, the new episode 7 and 8, though people like 7, they hated Last Jedi more than anything in this world. They say it's the worst thing they ever seen. It's the worst in the franchise, and they've divided the fan base into halves. Of course, we are already a big jumble mess within the franchise. Yet this one movie just deteriorated everything. And it's just like crazy how many people dislike that movie. I, on the other hand, liked it. It was different. Rian Johnson did a very good job. I could say that I wish Luke didn't have the arc that he did in that movie because it really wasn't like Luke. But with that being said, it was a still amazing movie. It was filmed great. The scenes were great. The part with Snoke, Rey, and Kylo when they kill Snoke, and they have that battle because he's trying to tell her to let go of the light. You're holding on, let go! Like the way he says that. And Adam Driver is such an amazing guy. He's such a good freaking actor. To go from a Marine to this, he is amazing. He's funny, he's intelligent, he's smart, and he's talented at what he does. He delivers Ben Solo so well, and I give him credit for that. When I first saw the screenshot of Kylo Ren before Force Awakens came out, I was so excited. The way his blade had the 3 blades and it was rigid, and I loved how this crystal was broken in that saber. Force Awakens was an amazing movie. I went into that movie thinking that this was gonna be probably the bad guy's story. Not even thinking that it was gonna be centered around a female. Now, here's where it gets kind of complicated. And I'm gonna make a video on that female character. Because in all honesty, I like her. But this is not that video. I like that they did a little bit different. People say that, like, it has nothing to do with her being a female, she sucks. No, it's like, here's the thing. We've had the main character's always been male. You got Anakin, you got Luke, who are both amazing. Anybody who knows me knows that Anakin Skywalker is my favorite character of all time. Darth Vader is my favorite villain of all time. I love Jason Voorhees. I love John Kramer. I love Candyman. I love villains. Villains are my thing. I love villains. I love Venom. I love Punisher, the anti-heroes. I love them. The Joker, I love them. But Darth Vader is like everything you want. But here's the thing. Though Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker is my favorite character of all time, I think Rey's amazing for this new series. She fits in. She gives women someone to look to. Now you will say, well, you have Leia and you had Padme. Yes, that is very true. But here's the thing. They were sub-characters. They were main characters. I will say that. They were very intrigued within the movie. But they were not the center focus. The center focus was Anakin and Luke. So it's different to have it turned itself on its head. What J.J. Abrams did with Force Awakens was amazing. I liked what he did. A lot of people like Force Awakens. Some people say it's a carbon copy of New Hope. I say it's an amazing movie. I love it. Like, when I first saw it, you gotta think about this. It has been 10 years since we got a Star Wars film in theaters. Here's the thing. Revenge of the Sith was the first midnight premiere I saw. I was 13 years old, almost 1 month away from being 14. And here's the thing. I was so into Star Wars that it was actually supposed to come out on my 14th birthday. I remember hearing that news, June 23rd, 2005. Revenge of the Sith is coming out. I was so excited. And then they moved the date up to May 19th. And I was a little crushed because I am the hugest Star Wars fan ever. And Attack of the Clones came out on my sister's birthday, on her 13th birthday. So I was a little jealous. But I let it go. My parents let me go see Revenge of the Sith midnight premiere. When they used to have midnight premieres, you had to wait in line and everybody dressed up back in 2005. I remember exactly where I stood, outside at that Harkins Theater. Everything about it was amazing. And I remember that. I remember that feeling. And I remember walking in there, sitting down by my mom and my dad. They had me sit in the middle so they can, sit on each side. And I remember sitting there thinking, this is the last movie we're ever going to get in theaters. And then when the end credits rolled, I teared up a little bit because Star Wars meant so much to me. At that point, it's been a part of my life for almost 14 years. And all of a sudden, I'm never going to see it again. And then 10 years later, here I am, almost 24 years old, and it comes out. No, I am 24 because it came out in December. Here I'm 24 years old. I'm living with my sister at the time, learning how to live on my own, and Star Wars is coming out. I remember reading all the new posts in 2013, 2014, all the new posts about when Disney first bought Star Wars, that they were going to make a new trilogy. I was all about that. So when I saw Force Awakens, I was so excited. And it did not let me down. It did not let me down at one bit. I took my dad and my mom to go see it because I took them to the midnight premiere because I didn't know they showed earlier screenings at the time. Because I remember, like I said, my first premiere was when they used to do that. And I went to a few other ones, and they still did the midnight premiere, but apparently they changed it up, and I didn't know. So we still went to a midnight premiere. My mom came with me again, and we went as a group, and me and my brother came as well. My brother came with us as well. And I got off at Walmart, I remember. It was a good Christmas. I remember seeing it. It was so amazing. And then 2 years later, Last Jedi came out, and I saw it. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I loved it. It was different, I will admit that. It was different. Rian Johnson took a whole different take on it. He took a whole different take on all the characters. The only thing I have to say that there's two things I didn't really like. I didn't like Luke's arc, and I did not like how they said that Rey's parents were nobodies, because obviously now we know that they're not nobodies. They are the main. We're gonna find out who they are in Rise of Skywalker. Now, I'm not gonna spoil anything until the movie comes out. Now, those are the only two things. I still liked it though. I love the scene with Luke and Kylo at the end, and they're fighting, and like he like stabs him with a lightsaber, and he doesn't, he dies. He doesn't die, and then when he just goes off in this hunt, and it's just, I love that arc, and I love seeing Puppet Yoda again. I love the Jedi Temple burning scene. I love that movie. Is it my favorite? No. But I wasn't disappointed. I like that Rian Johnson took something different. Here's the thing. People say that Force Awakens is too close to New Hope. And then they say Last Jedi is too far away. What do you guys want? Me as a Star Wars fan, I have nothing to go with it. Rogue One was an amazing movie. I actually have a lot of Rogue One action figures because I loved it so much. Solo was the only movie that I found very disappointing. It was a movie that I felt like it wasn't Han. It was somebody else that had Han's name. And it really disappointed me because it was directed by Ron Howard. And everybody knows, he's an amazing director, okay? He's amazing. Like, I watched all his, like, Happy Days. Like, I grew up on Ron Howard. I know who Ron Howard is. His daughter is one of my favorite actresses, Bryce Howard, Dallas Howard. Like, I love her. And, like, I like him. He's good. He loves the Star Wars franchise more than anything in the world. He made his kids grow up on it. The guy's a fucking amazing guy. I just didn't like his movie. His movie fell flat for me, and it made me very upset. Maybe I need to rewatch it again, give it another try. Maybe when it gets on Disney Plus, I'll give it a try, because I'm going to say this right now, it's the only Star Wars movie I have not bought, and I will not buy it until it's cheap. Until it's, like, extremely cheap, like $10. Until then, I'm probably not going to buy it. But with that being said, it was still, like, it was an okay movie. It wasn't, like, totally bad. I will admit that. I was a little heated when I first saw it. Now that I'm reflecting on it, it wasn't as bad as I made it seem. But it was the only one that fell flat for me. With that being said, as you guys can see, Star Wars is very important to me. Most of my collection is Star Wars. I started collecting in March of 2005. Everything Star Wars makes me so happy. My first pops were Star Wars pops. They're right over here. And there's just something amazing about this franchise that makes me so happy. And I'm excited. People are gonna say that the cast is just done with it, and they don't agree with him, yada yada yada. But like, I make my own opinion. Whether a person likes a movie or not, whether the actors liked it or not, it's not about that. It's about how I feel as a fan. If they please me, that's good enough. I will say this right now, though. Revenge of the Sith is my favorite now in the whole franchise. I love that movie. Maybe it's because it's the first midnight premiere I saw. And, like, just how, like, Return of the Jedi was the first Star Wars movie. First movie I've ever seen. Maybe that's why. But all I know is that I do have hope. And I'm not one of those people who say, canceled, I'm canceled, I don't care, I'm gonna wait until it comes on DVD. No. When it comes to Star Wars, it's something I have to watch in theaters. As much as I didn't really want to watch Solo, I still wanted to go see it because it's Star Wars. I got to support my fandom. Star Wars means more to me than anything in this world. I just got into horror not like 2.5 years ago. And I was slowly kind of getting into it from there, but like my fiance kind of got me really into it. But Star Wars has been with me since I exit the womb. Star Wars is very important to me, and it takes a lot out of me to say that Star Wars failed me. It takes a lot. I will say Solo didn't like fail me in points, but didn't fail me completely. I give like a C. Okay. But like I said, sorry guys, I'm revamping the channel again. I do apologize, but I think it's more so like I'm trying to find something I love. And I was trying to do the movie thing because I love watching movies, I love video games, I love all that stuff. But when it comes down to it, the one thing that gets me boiled hot is Star Wars. Star Wars is me. I am Star Wars. We are having like a Star Wars kind of themed ceremony for my wedding. It means everything to me, guys. It's everything to me. And it gets a smile on my face when I watch new trailers, new poster boards, everything. I follow most of the prequel cast on Instagram. I love them. And hello, how? And here's the thing: people are gonna say, "Well, you know, like you're defending." You'll see in the next video, but like I liked Rey. I will say that, and people have said to me, "Oh, you must not be a real fan because you support what the Disney has done." I'm gonna say this right now. I was the first person, not out of my whole friend group, when I found out that Disney bought when Disney bought Star Wars, I was the first person who was like, "What the fuck?" I was pissed, beyond pissed, and they're milking the franchise. They're milking the franchise. Let's be honest, they are, but they could have worked a little bit harder. They put so much effort into the MCU, but when it comes to Star Wars, it's like pulling teeth with them. They're like a 5-year-old with the franchise. They have succeeded in points. I will give them that. But I will say this: the movies were probably like, right now, I would say that most of the movies are about like B level. They probably would be A level in my eyes, and George Lucas was behind every single one. I'm a huge fan of George Lucas. He's my favorite director of all time. My favorite composer is John Williams. Like, come on, guys. And somebody actually said that you must be not a real fan or must be new to the scene. And I'm just like, oh, no, I'm not. I was actually one of the few people who defended the prequels when they first came out. I loved every single one of the prequels. I love that mess of fucking Phantom Menace. And I will say this right now. I never found Jar Jar Binks annoying. Just gonna say that right now. I didn't even know people hated him until I was older. Until I was about like 15, 14 years old. I didn't know people hated fucking Jar Jar Binks until then. I went freaking like 5 years without even knowing that people hated him. 5, 6 years without even knowing that people absolutely hated Jar Jar Binks. And I didn't even know. Like, I didn't even know. Like, because all I care about is if you make me happy, that's all that matters. My opinion is my opinion. I let people say whatever the hell they want to say. But at the same time, it's like, I respect your opinion, but you have to respect mine as well. But some people attack me. They say, you know, you must be new to this, blah, blah, blah. Or you're not a real fan. Bitch, my mom got me, like, had so much trouble getting me to fucking read when I was a kid. I hated reading because I'm dyslexic. And I have a learning disability. And I hated reading. Nothing would ever intrigue me. Until one day, I picked up a freaking Extended Universe Star Wars book. And I read them like nobody's business. We went to garage sales. And my mom would be like, do you have any Star Wars books? Because this is the only thing my child will read. Like, I will only watch Star Wars. I will only read Star Wars books. Then I found Harry Potter. And then I found this really good series, the Hidden Children series. But Star Wars got me into everything. It got me into movies. It got me into music. It got me into books. Star Wars means a lot to me. My first ever CD, because my mom had this thing, we had to be 14 to get your own CD. It's just weird, but my first CD was the Revenge of the Sith soundtrack. Like, that should tell you something. And I listened to that shit on repeat. Like, Star Wars is the reason why I am who I am today. It means so much to me. It got me into movies, music, reading books, comic books. It got me into everything. If it wasn't for this franchise and if it wasn't for George Lucas, I wouldn't be the person I am today. And when I was at my lowest point, Star Wars is there for me. I'm the writer because I loved Anakin's arc so much. So next time you say that I'm a newie and I don't know anything, get your facts straight. Because you're talking to a super fan over here who would do anything to sacrifice my life for this franchise. I will do anything. I'm so open-minded like my dad. My dad's so open-minded. And he gives everybody a chance. And he loves every single one of the Star Wars movies. And he loves Star Trek too, but he's one of those guys that he doesn't pick sides. But yeah, with that being said, like, I was very upset when Disney bought Star Wars because I was scared what they were going to do. And I'm going to be honest, like, they could be better. But for me, like, they do the job, and I love them. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching my channel. And if you like what you see, please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace, guys.